Cancer. Two words that haunt millions worldwide, not only because the disease is dangerous, but because it often arrives unexpectedly, without warning. Young people get it. People who eat well still get it. Some who exercise diligently still must battle chemotherapy, radiation, and endless follow-up appointments. And then you ask yourself, what can I possibly do to prevent it when so many things are beyond my control? But did you know, there is one silent factor that you can fully control. It isn't an expensive drug, nor a complex medical procedure. It is the tiny seeds in your kitchen. Sounds hard to believe? A small handful of macadamias, a spoonful of sesame seeds, or a few grains of millet can be a biological weapon to help you fight free radicals. Those molecules that silently destroy cells every day and pave the way for cancer to develop. And today, I will explore with you why, drawing on more than 20 years of working with older adults, people who have overcome illness not by miracles, but by making the right, consistent choices every day. With over 2 decades of experience treating and advising seniors, I have learned one thing. Strength does not lie in complexity, but in persistence with the smallest details. Today's video will reveal to you 5 easy-to-find, affordable seeds that can inhibit free radicals, fight inflammation, and reduce cancer risk. Not just from my words, but from scientific publications, epidemiological studies, and real-life cases whose health was transformed by small changes in the kitchen. So why do seeds have anti-cancer potential? Cancer is not a disease that occurs overnight. It is the result of years of accumulated DNA damage caused by free radicals, molecules that silently attack cells, combined with chronic inflammation created by an unhealthy diet. Once cell membranes weaken, DNA is altered, and the process of cellular self-destruction no longer works. Tumors begin to form and grow. This is when tiny seeds become your silent warriors. They contain powerful antioxidants such as vitamin E, polyphenols, and flavonoids, which neutralize free radicals before they can cause deep damage. They contain monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids, MUFA, PUFA, that reduce inflammation and stabilize cell membranes. And not least, they supply minerals like manganese, magnesium, and zinc, keys that activate intracellular enzymes, ensuring that DNA repair and removal of abnormal cells occur accurately and in a timely manner. Throughout this video, we will explore each seed, from the luxurious macadamia to humble millet, from familiar sesame to the surprising almond. Each one plays its own role in strengthening your natural immune barrier, stabilizing blood pressure and blood lipids, and, most importantly, slowing the cellular aging process where cancer often first takes root. So if you seek a proactive, cost-effective, easy-to-maintain prevention strategy that is suitable for older adults, stay tuned until the end of the video. I will share how to combine these seeds in specific dosages, everyday cooking tips, and an inspiring real-life story from one of my patients, someone who turned a genetic cancer scare into motivation to live healthily every single day. Begin your cell protection journey right in your kitchen with a handful of seeds, a smart choice, and great determination. The first seed on our list is none other than the macadamia nut, often called the liquid gold of the nut world. But macadamia's value lies not in its expense or luxury, but in the rich, delicate nutrient store hidden within its hard shell. Especially vital for older adults seeking a natural way to boost immunity, protect their cells, and prevent chronic diseases, particularly cancer. What makes macadamias stand out is their extremely high monounsaturated fat content, MUFA, up to 75% of total fat, a proportion that far exceeds many other nuts. MUFAs are not only good fats that help lower LDL cholesterol, but also act as a biological protective layer for each cell, reinforcing stability and blocking free radicals from breaching DNA structures. For seniors in the US, where diets are often overloaded with saturated fats from red meat and fried foods, Incorporating macadamias into their diet is a quietly powerful defense strategy, especially as neurodegenerative, cardiovascular, and cancer rates rise. But that's not all. Macadamias also provide about 1.5 milligrams of manganese per 28-gram serving, a mineral often lacking yet critically important. Manganese is the key that activates the enzyme superoxide dismutase, SOD, the cell's frontline antioxidant defense that neutralizes reactive oxygen species, ROS, the culprits behind DNA mutations and cellular damage. In later life, this self-repair mechanism weakens significantly, making macadamias a trusted nutritional ally to slow biological aging and lower cancer risk. Beyond MUFAs and manganese, macadamias contain phytosterols, plant compounds structurally similar to cholesterol, but which reduce absorption of LDL cholesterol in the small intestine and inhibit abnormal cell division signals that drive tumor growth and metastasis. Notably, studies in the US and Japan have confirmed that macadamia phytosterols can block abnormal cell replication in breast and prostate tissues, two of the most common cancers among older Americans. As for usage, macadamias are extremely versatile. With an ideal daily amount of 10 to 12 nuts, about 28 grams, you can easily add them to meals without excess calories, an important consideration for less active seniors. The easiest way is to sprinkle macadamias over a green salad or morning oatmeal, boosting richness and enhancing absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. You can also blend macadamias with ripe banana and unsweetened almond milk into a creamy smoothie, an ideal substitute for dairy-based ice cream or butter, which can be harder on older digestive systems. Unlike industrial snack packs laden with salt, sugar, and preservatives, natural whole macadamias provide lasting satiety, helping control weight and carbohydrate intake. Nibbling a few macadamias with a cup of warm herbal tea between meals not only soothes the stomach, but also fosters a wellness habit. A slow, healthy, proactive lifestyle that modern seniors embrace. From a clinical perspective, I regard macadamias as the perfect component of a disease prevention diet, especially for those who still eat meat and fish and need plant-based healthy fats. The MUFAs in macadamias are comparable to those in extra virgin olive oil, well documented for cardiovascular and cancer preventive benefits. Yet macadamias are easier to use, more convenient to store, and require no elaborate preparation, major pluses for seniors with limited time and energy. On a deeper level, macadamias do more than nourish. They help seniors rebuild their relationship with their own bodies. Taking a few minutes to prepare breakfast with macadamias or making a healthy smoothie is a way of telling yourself, I am still in control of my health. To me, that is the essence of sustainable longevity. Not just living longer, but living proactively, fully, and with understanding. Next are red watermelon seeds, emerging as a forgotten gift of nature. While most modern consumers only enjoy the sweet, refreshing flesh of the melon, the seeds are usually discarded as something superfluous. But for those who understand holistic nutrition and health, especially the community of older adults in the United States seeking natural solutions to boost immunity and prevent cancer, red watermelon seeds are truly a proper superfood, fully supported by scientific evidence and traditional value. The first reason red watermelon seeds stand out is their extremely high lycopene content, 75 milligrams per 100 grams, about 3 times the amount found in ripe tomatoes, which are already regarded as a cancer-fighting emblem in the functional food industry. Lycopene is a carotenoid that does not serve as a vitamin A precursor, but has the power to neutralize potent free radicals, particularly reactive oxygen species capable of causing DNA mutations. This is the mechanism that leads to cancer formation in many organs, such as the prostate, liver, colon, and pancreas, cancers common among older adults. The lycopene in watermelon seeds does more than slow oxidation. It also inhibits uncontrolled cell proliferation by regulating genes related to the cell life cycle. Some recent studies in the US and Japan even show that supplementing with natural lycopene from seeds can help reduce the risk of prostate tumor development in men over 60, a concern that is increasingly prominent in senior communities. Equally important is linoleic acid, which makes up 38% of the total fat in red watermelon seeds. An essential omega-6 fatty acid the body cannot synthesize. Although omega-6 was once misunderstood as pro-inflammatory, when balanced properly with omega-3 intake, linoleic acid actually helps regulate immune responses and supports the maintenance of the biological barrier of skin, mucosa, and epithelial cells against invading agents, a crucial mechanism for preventing cancer and chronic inflammation. Even more noteworthy is the trio of minerals and vitamins found in red watermelon seeds: magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E, essential players in DNA repair and in protecting cell membranes from continuous oxidation by both endogenous and exogenous free radicals. For older adults, especially those who have lived in polluted environments, been exposed to chemicals, or have diets deficient in trace minerals, this combination acts like a natural recovery medicine, helping the body maintain its repair capacity and resist tissue degeneration. Magnesium relaxes smooth muscle and blood vessels and enhances circulation. Zinc supports the DNA polymerase enzyme in cell replication and repair, and vitamin E serves as a fatty shield against oxidative damage to vulnerable cell membranes. As for dosage, the recommended amount is about 15 to 20 grams per day, roughly a small handful. However, it is important to use seeds that have been properly prepped, since chewing raw seeds may be hard to digest for some with sensitive stomachs. A highly recommended method is to lightly toast red watermelon seeds in a dry pan with a pinch of Himalayan pink salt to preserve natural minerals while enhancing flavor. Microwaving is discouraged, as it can break down healthy fats and reduce the bioactivity of lycopene. In everyday cooking, red watermelon seeds are extremely versatile. You can sprinkle them over a fruit salad, their nutty flavor balancing the natural sweetness of melon, apples, and oranges, or mix them into cooled brown rice with a little black sesame and olive oil for a detox grain bowl that's both easy to eat and nutritious for a light lunch. For older Americans familiar with a whole food, plant-based diet, swapping industrial snacks for a few tablespoons of toasted watermelon seeds will not only improve nutritional quality, but also help curb cravings for sugar, salt, and saturated fat. From my professional perspective, red watermelon seeds embody the philosophy of whole food, holistic living, a practice long upheld in East Asian traditions. In the past, our elders never discarded watermelon seeds. They always dried and roasted them as a snack or blended them into tea. No one called them a superfood, yet their benefits echoed across generations: lower rates of hypertension and cancer, and notably sustained mental clarity and physical vitality into old age. That is why today, research institutes at Harvard and Stanford are beginning to reassess the value of these traditional seeds, not as a trend, but as a recovery of a long-forgotten truth. For older adults in the US facing a host of health pressures, from cancer and diabetes to cognitive decline, returning to natural choices like red watermelon seeds can be transformative. No complexity required, no costly drugs, simply a small amount each day, taken consistently, purposefully, and with informed understanding, can help rebuild the biological wall that protects a body growing more fragile with time. If macadamias are the symbol of luxury in the world of nutritious nuts, then red watermelon seeds demonstrate the rustic yet miraculous philosophy, an unpretentious choice that nonetheless offers cancer-fighting potential far beyond expectations. When combined with other superfoods, they create a comprehensive protective network for the senior body, where every meal is not just nutrition, but an act of self-care and love. Continuing our series of familiar yet forgotten superfoods, Millet deserves an honored place on the menu of older adults, especially here in the US, where gut, cardiovascular, and colorectal cancer issues are on the rise due to modern lifestyles and diets lacking antioxidants. Millet is hardly unknown to East Asians. Think those traditional porridges of yesteryear. But few realize that this tiny grain is now being re-evaluated by Western nutrition experts as a next-generation anti-cancer cereal, backed by astonishing scientific evidence. First and foremost is its high polyphenol content, up to 120 milligrams per 100 gram. These plant-derived antioxidant compounds act as biological guards, helping the body neutralize free radicals, those cell-damaging molecules that mutate DNA and are a principal cause of cancers, particularly in the digestive tract. Millet's polyphenols far exceed those found in white rice, which offers almost no antioxidant activity. This is especially important for older adults, whose colon cell renewal slows, gut immune barrier weakens, and detoxification ability declines sharply with age. Recent epidemiological studies have shown that a whole grain diet rich in polyphenols, such as millet, can reduce the risk of colorectal cancer by up to 30%, one of the leading causes of death in Americans over 60. Polyphenols also help maintain the integrity of the intestinal lining, reduce chronic mucosal inflammation, slow degenerative changes, and combat the formation of precancerous polyps. Millet's second major strength is its high magnesium content, about 114 milligrams per 100 grams, roughly comparable to oats and far higher than white rice. Magnesium participates in over 300 enzyme reactions, and it plays a key role in relaxing smooth muscle in blood vessels, thereby lowering blood pressure and improving circulation. This is tremendously beneficial for older adults with metabolic syndrome, heart conditions, or a history of minor strokes. Magnesium also supports natural DNA repair mechanisms after damage, an essential cancer prevention process. Moreover, it helps reduce pro-inflammatory cytokines, which underlie many chronic diseases from arthritis to Alzheimer's. With many seniors on diuretics, antacids, or overly refined diets facing magnesium deficiency, adding millet is a natural, effective solution without side effects. The recommended daily serving for older adults is about 30 to 40 grams of cooked millet, around 2 to 3 tablespoons. A perfectly manageable amount to include each day without overloading the digestive system or adding excess calories. Millet is also incredibly easy to prepare and integrate into a Western diet. Stir it into morning oatmeal, replace part of your rice for extra body and gentle sweetness, and boost fiber and antioxidants. Or simmer it with red lentils in a hearty Mediterranean-style soup. Warm, easy to digest, and rich in plant protein. Ideal for those cutting back on red meat yet wanting to preserve muscle. If you're reducing refined carbs, cook millet like rice. Simply soak for 1 to 2 hours, then simmer as usual. Its mild flavor, nutty aroma, and natural fluffiness make dishes delicious without heavy seasoning. For older Americans sensitive to gut issues, bloating, constipation, or IBS, millet is ideal because it's gluten-free, non-allergenic, and its carbohydrates are more readily digested than wheat or white rice. Additionally, millet's bran contains significant lignans, natural phytoestrogens with potent antioxidant properties that help protect the intestinal lining and regulate hormones in older women. From a personal standpoint, I believe millet is the rice of the future, not only for its superior nutritional profile, but for its perfect match with the needs of modern seniors. Small portions, yet high quality, gentle on digestion yet rich in micronutrients, and most importantly, preventive rather than merely corrective. I've seen many older adults switch from white rice to millet for 2 to 3 months and notice clear improvements in digestion, sleep, and daily energy. No more post-lunch slump, no more unexplained drowsiness. That is the silent power of a tiny grain that nature endowed with rare sophistication. If macadamia symbolize luxury in the world of nutritious nuts, then red watermelon seeds exemplify the rustic yet miraculous philosophy, a simple choice with cancer-fighting potential far beyond expectations. When combined with other superfoods, they form a comprehensive protective network for the senior body, where every meal is not just nourishment, but an act of self-care. Continuing our journey to explore super seeds that wield cancer-preventing power and support comprehensive health for older adults, sesame seeds, an ingredient seemingly simple, even forgotten in modern life, have now been confirmed by contemporary science as one of the foods with the highest bioactivity, especially in preventing colorectal and breast cancer. With a long history of use in Eastern traditional medicine and modern scientific evidence from studies in Japan, Korea, and the US, sesame is no longer merely a decorative spice, but has risen to become the body's silent guardian in later life. The two principal compounds that make sesame so extraordinary are sesamin and sesamolin, natural lignans found exclusively in sesame seeds. These lignans have a structure similar to weak estrogen hormones and act as natural hormone regulators. This is especially important for postmenopausal women when hormonal imbalance leads to increased breast cancer risk and bone weakening. In vitro and in vivo experiments show that sesamin and sesamolin can inhibit the cancer cell division cycle, reduce expression of genes related to tumor proliferation, and simultaneously trigger apoptosis, thereby preventing malignant cell growth and metastasis. In colorectal cancer, the leading cancer in Americans over 60, research from Japan's National Institute of Nutrition indicates that sesame lignans can reduce inflammation in the intestinal mucosa, reshape the gut microbiome, and slow the growth of precancerous polyps. This is particularly critical for older adults with chronic digestive disorders, irritable bowel syndrome, or long-term low-fiber diets, all of which place them at high risk. Moreover, the mineral value of sesame is astonishing. 100 grams of sesame contain up to 975 milligrams of calcium, nearly the amount in a glass of milk, yet entirely plant-based, lactose-free, and gentle on the digestive tract. For seniors prone to osteoporosis or taking medications that impair calcium absorption, sesame is an excellent supplemental source that helps fortify bone structure and prevent fractures, key factors in extending independent lifespan. Even more, its high magnesium content, 351 milligrams per 100 grav, not only supports vascular smooth muscle relaxation and blood pressure regulation, but also plays a central role in maintaining stable nerve conduction, helping older adults sleep deeply and wake refreshed, thus enhancing cellular recovery and inhibiting malignant cell development. The ideal daily intake ranges from 10 to 20 grams of sesame, about 1 to 2 tablespoons. Although the quantity is modest, its dense nutritional profile means that consistent daily consumption delivers sustained biological benefits. It is crucial to prepare sesame in ways that preserve its bioactivity without disrupting the delicate oil and lignin structures, which are highly sensitive to high heat. One of the simplest and most effective methods is to lightly toast sesame in a dry pan to remove moisture, enhance its natural aroma, and improve digestibility. Then sprinkle it over whole grain toast, toss it into salads, or garnish seared salmon. The nutty fragrance of sesame not only stimulates the appetite, but also prolongs satiety, reducing the craving for refined carbohydrates or saturated fats, an important aid in cancer-preventive diets. Another refined and popular choice is to make tahini, the traditional Middle Eastern sesame paste. Simply grind toasted sesame with a little extra virgin olive oil to create a smooth, rich paste dense in lignans and MUFAs, beneficial for heart health and for improving the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. To amplify its healing value, blend tahini with organic apple cider vinegar, minced garlic, and a pinch of sea salt to create a dipping sauce for raw vegetables. A simple dish rich in live enzymes, anti-inflammatory compounds, and anti-cancer agents. From a personal perspective, I regard sesame seeds as a perfect illustration of the less is more philosophy. A tiny, inexpensive ingredient that conceals a treasury of precious nutrients. There is no need to purchase costly imported superfoods or rely on synthetic supplements. Just a spoonful of sesame each day, consumed consistently, knowledgeably, and with gratitude for your body, puts you firmly on the path of disease prevention, healthy living, and empowered longevity. For older adults living in America, where convenience, speed, and industrialization have blurred the notion of eating to nourish, returning to ingredients like sesame offers a gentle reminder that sometimes the solution to health lies not in hospitals or clinics, but right in your own kitchen. A bowl of oatmeal sprinkled with toasted sesame, a jar of homemade tahini paired with celery or carrot sticks, a simple breakfast that delivers hundreds of positive bioactivities. This is healing nutrition, not elaborate, yet supremely powerful. The final food in today's video is almonds, a seed no longer unfamiliar in healthy diets, yet still underestimated for its cancer-preventive potential and cell-supporting functions in older adults. While many Americans associate almonds with snacks or plant-based milks, from a deeper nutritional perspective, they serve as an ideal biofuel station for anyone seeking a long-term protective foundation for an aging body. The most striking feature that makes almonds a silent warrior against cellular destruction is their naturally high vitamin E content, up to 25 milligrams per 100 gram. Unlike synthetic vitamin E in supplements, almond-derived vitamin E exists as d-alpha-tocopherol, the form with the highest bioavailability in humans. As a fat-soluble antioxidant, it penetrates cell lipid membranes, the very first site attacked by free radicals, and neutralizes them at the gate, protecting membranes from oxidation and preventing DNA damage, the cornerstone of cancer prevention and cellular degeneration. Almonds also contain significant amounts of polyphenols and flavonoids, plant compounds widely studied for their ability to induce apoptosis, programmed cell death, in breast, colorectal, and prostate cancer cells. Harvard Medical School research indicates that almond extracts can down-regulate oncogene expression and upregulate enzymes that control the cell cycle, acting like a biological self-destruct switch that stops mutated cells from proliferating uncontrollably. Another major plus is their magnesium content, 270 milligrams per 100 gram, which helps stabilize vital functions such as nerve conduction, blood sugar control, and especially immune support. Magnesium is indispensable in over 300 enzymatic reactions, many directly involved in DNA repair, tissue regeneration, and intracellular oxidative stress control. In older adults, as immunity wanes and cellular repair mechanisms falter, magnesium becomes an irreplaceable assistant for preserving each cell's biological integrity. The recommended daily almond intake is 20 to 30 grams, about a handful, enough to deliver these bioactive benefits without excess calories, especially suitable for seniors with moderate to low physical activity. However, note that almonds, like other seeds, contain phytic acid, which can inhibit absorption of minerals such as calcium, iron, and zinc when eaten raw in large quantities. The smartest preparation is to soak almonds in warm water for 6 to 8 hours before use. This softens the nuts for easier chewing, activates their natural enzymes, neutralizes phytic acid, and releases their trace minerals, enhancing blood absorption. Almonds are extremely versatile. You can eat them whole as a morning or afternoon snack, helping stabilize blood sugar and curb sugar cravings. Soaked almonds can also be blended with ripe banana and unsweetened almond milk to create a creamy, nutritious smoothie without added sugar. Ideal for those managing weight or early-stage diabetes. Alternatively, chop soaked almonds and sprinkle them over millet porridge, oatmeal, or fruit salad to add crunch, healthy fats, and vitamin E for a powerful antioxidant boost throughout your meal. I often advise older patients to treat almonds like a natural vitamin pill. No pills needed, no prescription required, yet supplying all the micronutrients to defend against time's silent attack, toxins, and cellular disorder. A handful of properly prepared almonds each day can serve as a sturdy shield for immunity, the nervous system, and even the DNA within. For those recovering from chemo, radiation, or surgery, including almonds in the diet promotes faster recovery, less fatigue, and lower recurrence risk thanks to improved stem cell health and systemic anti-inflammatory effects. Thus, our journey through 5 seeds, from macadamias, red watermelon seeds, millet, sesame, to almonds, offers not only a comprehensive nutritional map for older adults, but also a manifesto for a wise lifestyle. Slow living, mindful eating, choosing simple, natural foods that align with our biology. No need to chase exotic superfoods. By understanding deeply, choosing correctly, and maintaining consistency, the simplest things, these tiny seeds, can protect the grandest things, life itself, and the quality of our later years. For seniors in America, where modern medicine often focuses on treatment at the expense of prevention, returning to the healing power of food is not just a choice, but a proactive act of courage and self-love. Aging is not an end, but the beginning of the clearer and biologically empowered phase of life, nourished by the humblest of beginnings. The following story is not only a touching example, but also concrete proof that the power of small daily choices can create major changes in health during old age. The protagonist is Mrs. Evelyn Carter, aged 68, living in Portland, Oregon, a calm woman, formerly an elementary school teacher, now living alone in retirement. She maintained a healthy lifestyle, walked regularly, and followed a semi-vegetarian diet, but always carried a quiet worry, a family history of colon cancer. Her mother died at 74 of late-stage cancer, and just 3 years later, her elder brother was diagnosed with the same disease. Rather than wait for clear symptoms, Evelyn proactively consulted her nutrition specialist. They not only ran genetic tests, but also monitored her systemic inflammation markers and cancer indicators regularly. Although results showed no obvious signs, her CEA, carcinoembryonic antigen, an early marker of colorectal cancer risk, was trending slightly upward. This only strengthened her resolve to find an active preventive solution, not merely wait and see. After analyzing her lifestyle and diet, the specialist recommended adding a simple daily mix of 3 carefully selected seeds: macadamias for their MUFAs and anti-inflammatory phytosterols that protect cell membranes, sesame seeds for sesamin and calcium to help regulate hormones and support gut function, and pumpkin seeds for zinc, magnesium, and lignans to boost cellular immunity. This mix requires no elaborate preparation, just 1 to 2 tablespoons a day sprinkled over morning porridge or enjoyed as a light snack with fruit. 6 months after consistently maintaining this small habit, her follow-up tests showed her CEA level had fallen by 25%, a significant drop in preventive medicine, especially without drug intervention. Moreover, her blood pressure, once slightly elevated around 135/85 mmHg, stabilized at 100/78 mmHg. Her total cholesterol, previously just above normal, also improved markedly without statins. She describes waking up every morning full of energy, no longer experiencing the persistent fatigue until noon she once had. According to her, her complexion naturally brightened with fewer visible wrinkles, something she never expected a few seeds to achieve. For Evelyn, this story goes beyond lab numbers. It is a journey of reclaiming control over her own health in the face of genetics and aging, which can feel like a sword of Damocles for many seniors. She once told her Portland Seniorhealth support group, "A small daily seed mix cannot replace medical screenings, but it is a reliable natural shield. And most importantly, it makes me feel that I am doing something positive for my own body." Evelyn's story shows that at 68, we are not limited by genetics or time. We are limited by what we do not act upon. And sometimes, starting with something as simple as a natural seed mix is enough to alter the silent biological processes within our bodies. This is not a miracle, but the result of knowledge, the right choices, and persistence with oneself. It is the spirit we hope you will carry with you as you conclude this journey. As our journey of discovery today draws to a close, I want you, the one reading these final lines, to pause for a moment and think of your body as a garden in changing seasons. There are tender shoots of renewal, branches that need pruning, and patches of dry earth waiting to be reborn. But just as every garden needs light and water to survive, your body needs silent gardeners. Healthy nutrients that keep the roots of your cells strong, able to defend against illness from within. And throughout today's video, we have explored together 5 tiny yet mighty seeds: macadamias, watermelon seeds, millet, sesame, and almonds. And the final message is this: cancer fears free radicals and inflammation. And that is why these seeds are your natural intravenous remedy. They are not magical cures, but the most intelligent of silent preparations. No fanfare, no complexity, just daily persistence. So why not start today? You don't need to change everything. Simply choose 3 of the 5 seeds you love and spread them throughout your day. A little sprinkled into your porridge in the morning, a few as a mid-afternoon snack, and a small spoonful at dinner. So simple, you'll forget you're taking care of your health. Yet that very consistency will be the greatest gift you give your body at this age, when every cell needs your attention more than ever. If you feel ready to embark on a 4-week seed experience, leave a simple comment below the video. SEEDSTRONG, a gentle yet powerful commitment that you are prepared to love your body in the most natural way. And if you found this video helpful, if Mrs. Evelyn Carter's story touched your heart, if the scientific evidence gave you confidence, please hit like and share this video with your loved ones. You just might be planting the seeds of health for someone else who is struggling to care for themselves in their golden years. Don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Dynamics, where we bring not only health knowledge for older adults, but also hope, empowerment, and joy in every small meal and every healthy choice you make each day. Because old age is not a time to surrender. It is a time to choose more carefully, live more wisely, and love yourself more than ever. Start today. Start with a small handful of seeds. Start with a kind choice for your own body. Healthy Dynamics walks with you every day, every step on the journey to live long, live well, and live with purpose.